All right, Nick and Andy, it's time to preview Barcelona against Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, football purists all over the world will be tuning into this one. What a game it should be. Great attacking players, just two brilliant and outstanding teams, well coached, all the rest of it. Nick, what are you looking forward to in this one, mate? There's so much to look forward to individually from both teams. I'm really salivating at the thought of seeing this game. So what have you got your eye on, mate?
The whole game just screams the Ballon d'Or ceremony to me. PSG couldn't attend. Yamal's there, Dembele's there. And I think my favorite thing to think about for this game, Yamal is 18 years old. He turned 18 in July. Like, he's not even almost 19. And yet the columns you were reading were like, oh, this has to be heartbreaking for him. I'm like, he finished second in the Ballon d'Or at 18 years old. I think that what's so special about this game is the collection of talent. And PSG, both of these teams are a little too young and dumb to know what they couldn't do. That's what we talked about before the Champions League final. Whether it was Doué or whoever, you've also got Pedri. I think Gavi's hurt right now, but there are so many young players between these two teams that are going to go out, be excited for it. And I mean, there's every reason to think there's going to be a show.
Yeah, it's so true, right, Andy? Every time we tune in to watch these teams under Luis Enrique and then Hansi Flick in Barcelona's case, they entertain us. You never quite know what you're going to get. PSG a bit more dominant, obviously, and the reigning European champions for a reason. But Barca looked really good early in the season under Flick. I mean, Marcus Rashford settling them very well and added a whole nother sort of dimension to their attack. I mean, Nick mentioned that Lamine Yamal obviously is a superstar player and is just nothing that he can't do with a ball at his feet at the moment. Yeah. So, I mean, is there a case to be said that Barcelona could actually be the favourites for this competition, or do you need to see in this game a dominant win performance to get there? Because, could have easily been playing in that final against PSG last season.
Yeah, I think by the end of the season, yes. But there's a lot of moving pieces, I think, going on in this Barcelona team. You mentioned Rashford there. They've got Rooney Bargi coming in, who, has been very highly rated coming from Copenhagen the last handful of years. Yeah. Yamal still working his way back from injury. And so there's a ton of great attacking pieces there. And to both your points, both of these teams always put on a show. Their identity is, we're going to play some really good attacking football and we're going to entertain you. Whether we come up against another team that wants to do that, whether we come up against a team that wants to defend, we don't care. We're good enough. And so therefore we're going to play our style, and it usually works. And this is why we love the Champions League, because we get teams like this to come up against one another. I think right now at this point of the season, I just look at PSG and the familiarity and the understanding that they have from what they did last season carrying over into the new campaign. There wasn't a ton of changes to the squad over the summer because, I mean, why would you? You just won everything that there is to win, and you did it with an incredibly young team. Why would you upset the chemistry that you've finally, for the first time in the, PSG expects to win the Champions League era? They have chemistry. They have kept a group together. They have built something rather than assembled this superstar thing. And that's when they have success. And so I just look at what they're doing under, I think you can make the case that Luis Enrique is the best manager in the world right now, not just for what they did last season and the trophies that they won, but the way that he built it in his image as well. And going somewhere outside of the Barcelona umbrella, I think, is always impressive when a coach does that. So I just look at PSG at this point of the season, and I can't look at anything else, honestly.
But they do have some injuries going into this game. Obviously, Dembele and then Doué as well. And then Marquinhos struggling as well at the back. So it's going to be interesting, almost a bit of a leveler, Nick, probably to help Barca catch up. And PSG, I'm not worried about them at all. They have incredible talented players, and they've, Luis Enrique has done just an unbelievable job. But it was a big call, obviously moving on Donnarumma this summer in goal. Very highly rated goalkeeper in Chevalier coming in, but, mistake against Marseille. They've lost already to their bitter rivals in Liga. It's that hunger thing, right? Even when we see it with Man City when they won everything, it's like, okay, what next? And there's been a couple of changes, but like Andy mentioned, not many changes to the team. So it's all about almost dangling that carrot or find a different way to do that to kind of energize this team. And I think this game should probably do it. I think in big kind of one-off games, they'll still be up for it and to show how good they are. But it's just maybe over the course of a season to hit those levels they hit last season, week after week. It's going to be tough for PSG, right, this season to replicate that.
It will. I think the one thing that, well, really every team has going for it this year is you won't see a lot of Malays teams with a World Cup coming up at the summer, especially a France squad that is so difficult to get into, that I think that there are buttons that you're going to push over the course of the season. And as you pointed out, you don't need to push that button going to the new camp, right? You don't. I, however, think the other way around here. If I'm Luis Enrique, I'm saying Barcelona is averaging 3 goals a game in La Liga. They're somewhere over 70% in average possession. But when you see a number like that, then you go to the fixture list, and there's a reason that's happened. This is going to be their best test yet. And so I expect PSG's directive to be, let's show them what we got right out of the traps. I think the first 10 minutes are going to be electric and will tell us a lot about whether PSG is up for it or not.
Andy, score prediction time, mate. What are you going for?
3-3. We all know what this game's going to be. We know what it's going to be. It's going to be, we got the ball, we'll go. You got the ball, you'll go. And they're just going to take turns doing that for 90 minutes. Again, that's why we love the Champions League. I can't wait for this one. I really can't.
Yeah. I'm going to take turns filling up my popcorn bowl again watching this, because this is just going to be, end-to-end, brilliant attacking football. I'm going to go 3-2 Barcelona. I just think with the injuries for PSG, some of the things we've seen at the back, just fancy Barca to nick this one. I think it'd be huge for them and their project to get this win this early in the season in this massive game and really, set the tone, because I think they can go all the way. I think they'll be right there at the end of this competition, again, given the attacking players that they have. Nick, what are you going for, mate?
I think it's going to still be a lot of fun. And Barca have some questions in goal right now, right? They've had some injuries to deal with. They had to call Diego Cochen back from the US U20 team for the World Cup to be the backup goalkeeper. So it'll be Chesney. I don't know. I'm thinking 2-1. I think there's something in the midfield here that could get a little bit scrappy. So I'll go 2-1 to Barca.
Oh, wow. Okay. Huge game. Barcelona against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. Head over to Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com. We'll keep you updated with this massive game between two of the favourites to win the Champions League this season. So many superstars for both teams. Cannot wait to see this game in Barcelona.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.